How's it going, YouTube? Classic Oldsmobile here, and I am back. Not with the Oldsmobile this time. I'm with my 2021 Kia K5 EX, and this is the 1-year ownership. We just passed it on August 10th. It's a little bit late in the month, but I've been working. Haven't got around to it, and plus I like to have the car clean for videos. So here it is. Just got done watching it. You'll just seen a little bit of a time lapse of it. I just want to point on a few things and then we'll hop in and talk more. The first thing is the paint. So there's been 1 year now. When I had purchased the car, against my will, they put on a paint protectant at the dealership. It was kind of slapped on. I wasn't charged for it, didn't ask for it. Was kind of annoyed by it because it made everything smear. That is gone. I don't know what the life of that was supposed to be, but it is gone. I have washed it off with as many times as I've washed this car, and is now left with no protectant. So I do have to put do a clay bar and wax on this car here very shortly before winter hits to protect it for the rest of the year. One thing I will say, I will never buy another black car again. It may look nice, and don't let it fool you. It looks very nice when it's clean, but it shows everything. And the paint on this car, I'm just gonna tell you, it's trash. For a car that is a year old, and I think I take fairly decent care of it, everything scratches. This, I think, might have been the snow brush, because here in PA, if you don't uncover your car, you can get fined and pulled over. And being that it parks outside, it does get snow brushed. The hood is probably the worst area on the car. Now I just used Chemical Guys paint or wash on the vehicle for black cars. Their black light paint. Wow, I can't talk today, guys. The black light soap, and it does a really good job of bringing back the luster to the paint and kind of hide some of this. But as you can see, it scratches super easy. I don't even know where some of these scratches came from. I park away from people. There are some nice scratches on the rear bumper, which I know I 100% did not do. I think that might have been a result of the body shop when I had to have the front bumper replaced. I think they might have been loading stuff in and out of my trunk while they were waiting for parts. Don't know, can't say for sure, but there's one right here that I don't know where it came from. This was put on the car by the detail guys that cleaned the car when I bought it. I should have made a stink, I never did. It is what it is. They scratched the car during the initial wash of it. This is a result of the road paint that I had got. I do have a replacement, I just got to get it on. Light scratches there. This is still, I haven't worked on getting off. This is from the protector from shipping. Is that a new? Nope, not a scratch there. There's little scratches on the mirror. Those are my fault. Don't wear an Apple Watch with a metal band while you're cleaning behind here. But the front bumper is relatively free of scratches because it's freshly painted. But it's 91 degrees, so we're gonna hop in and we're gonna get started on the next portion of this video. All right, hopefully that's a good angle for you. It is a warm one today. The car is lying because I was in that garage there. It is like 90 degrees out today. Very high in humidity here in Pennsylvania. Kind of, it's record highs for here in August. Not normally getting this hot around here. Oh look, 90 Black Grand Prix. Well, not 90, but the 90s. That's the first car I started the channel with. Anywho, it's not the exact one. So basically, 1 year ownership. We're at 5,600 miles. Just got the first inspection done here in July. Didn't need anything. Everything was fine. They said that they rotated the tires. Nothing failed for inspection. Now, what has failed in this year? First, we're going to start the year off with that grounding issue. The ground under the hood came loose over here on the driver's side. That caused a fuse to pop for the ignition system, causing the car to be dead. Nightmare of a dealership experience. Had it for a week. That's not the subject of this story. Second major issue I ran into the car was just recently the fuel door stopped opening. So the fuel door on these cars lock with the doors. So when you lock your doors, your fuel door locks, keeps people from stealing it. Pulled up to a gas station, got out of the car, doors unlock when you get out, fuel door would not open. So, had to have that replaced. Now, I ended up doing it myself. I didn't want to take it back to the dealership I bought it from after that nightmare. And when I called a local dealership, they were 3 weeks out. They said I could drop it off and leave it, but I'm not going to be without my car for how long until they get the parts and what, you know, and it just wasn't worth it. I looked up the part, it was like 50, 60 bucks. I just bought it, done with it. So, had to replace that, so now I can actually fuel the car again. Other than that, and the quality of paint, I'm not very thrilled with. Wow, this is kind of dangerous. The car has been great. I love the car. I guess the subject of this video is going to be, did I make a mistake buying this car? Now that I've had it for a year, I feel I can make a judgment on that. The car that I had before this was a 2012 Nissan Altima. It had about 68,000 miles on it and was starting to have some issues. It was an upstate New York car, and the undercarriage reflected that. We'll stay at that. It was pretty rusty underneath. And the CVT did a few things at the end that I wasn't thrilled about. And I thought, you know what better time? Let's look at a new car. I looked at a bunch of different cars, and the Kia came out with this. I think Kia, we're turning this off. I think Kia did a great job with this car as far as the styling, the ride, the handling. It's a dream to drive. I love driving the car. The ventilated seats work quite well. The heated seats are amazing in the winter. The car handles very well in the snow, even for just being the front-wheel drive model. It quite impressed me there. Fuel economy is wonderful. I think it is quite good for what it is. You know, it's a mid-size, in my opinion, a mid-size sedan with the 1.6 liter turbo. It's just an overall been a great car, but it hasn't filled me with confidence. With the initial issues with the grounding, yeah, it's a brand new car. I get it, it's a new model. Fuel door braking. And then when you start getting onto the forums and start looking at other people that have these cars, like I'm a member on the Facebook group for it, it doesn't fill you with a lot of confidence. There's a lot of people on there complaining of engines blowing up, transmissions going out. Now, I don't know how their cars are catered for, but I care for this car quite well. I haven't had any of those issues. The oil has been already changed twice at 5,600 miles. It has a new cabin air filter, has a new air filter. You know, I'm up on everything on this car. I try to be right there in replacing it before, or if not, when it is needed. Because I wanted to keep this car. This was a car that I wanted to make sure I had for a long time, just for the fact that it does have the Kia 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. Do I want to keep it? I'm not sure. I have a feeling I might end up getting out of this car. And if I did, there is a possibility I would buy another K5. Now that they are giving more options on them. There's more things coming available for them as far as aftermarket. And I like the newer logo. Call me strange. I like it. I think it looks newer, more modern compared to the older style that looks dated on this car. I honestly think this car should have debuted with the new logo. I don't think they should even have brought this car out with this logo. Which you can't switch either because it's got an indent in the hood for it and an indent in the trunk for the oval, which is annoying. But I would get another one. I would either get the GT or another EX. I would get the premium packages though with the 10-inch screen. And I would probably get it in white. This black paint has not aged well, as you saw earlier. I went over with you. It has aged very poorly. It looks great when it's clean, looks like trash when it's not, and that's anytime you drive the car. I got a quick look at the gauges here. As you can see, the miles of 56,116. Overall fit and finish of the interior itself has aged quite well in my opinion. It really looks pretty similar to it did to the day that I bought it. This is the panoramic. I have the roof slightly closed because, like I said, it's very hot today. Everything seems to be wearing quite well. Steering wheel is starting to show a little bit of wear from use, which is going to happen. It is starting to get more of that gloss look that leather steering wheels tend to get after they've been used and they start wearing. I do treat this. I have the Chemical Guys leather kit, which I do treat the steering wheel with. I clean and treat it. I've treated it probably 20 times. I probably over care for it, to be honest. The seats are not real leather in this car, but they do get treated. I figure it can't hurt. And they seem to be holding up quite well. As far as other stuff goes, I need to clean in the door jambs. Wow. I'll take a pop under the hood here. You can see it is already getting dirty. This is the 1.6 turbo. Their Smart Stream series. Still sounds pretty good. This here, guys, is the, guys and gals, this is the ground that had come loose. Right here. So, right there. You can see more of the scratches. It honestly, I said it in the group, it seems like the wind scratches this car. Something I'm very dissatisfied with the quality of this paint. But as far as, like, these are the tires that were on the front up until about 600 miles ago. And you can see they're starting to get down there. So that's 5,000 miles on these tires. I mean, I've gotten more. I like the Yokohamas that I had on my Altima way more. Wheels have held up nicely. They get a little dusty. It does get condensation in here. I see a lot of people complaining about that and they thought there was something wrong with theirs. Anytime you wash it, you get water in there. Water runs down the side of the car as soon as you try to pop the trunk after you've washed it. That's kind of annoying. Overall, it's a good car. I like it. Am I going to keep it? I can't tell you for sure. Did I make a mistake? I love the car. Don't get me wrong. I do love the car. I would recommend one to somebody that's looking for a new car. But as far as would I do it again, I can't tell you that I would. Definitely not this configuration, I can tell you that. I would not get another black one. I'm kind of just lost here other than just looking at the car, because I fall in love with it every time I look at it, I'm not gonna lie. So I guess at the end of the day, would I do it again? Yes, but not in black. And I probably would have waited. Not getting the first model would have been okay with me. I feel like waiting until the 2022s would have been the wise decision. So if you are looking at getting a new car and you can find one of these right now in this crazy car market we have right now, I would 100% recommend to get one if you're looking for a mid-size sedan. It is quite roomy. There is room in the back seat for myself. I'm 5'10", 5'11". I fit quite well in the back seat of this car. It is cozy, plenty of headroom. The panoramic sunroof is nice. I wish it opened wider though. It doesn't open very wide. And it does great on gas. Performance, a lot of people complain about lackluster performance out of the car. It's a 1.6. You got to remember that. At the end of the day, it is a small 4-cylinder, and it has a small turbo in it. But when that turbo spools up, it will spin these tires. It chirps these tires, especially in sport mode. It will spin them. It won't just chirp them, it'll spin them in sport mode. You'll actually get the traction control kicking in. If you're worried about performance, go with the 2.5. I don't know, I haven't driven the 2.5 in the GT, so I don't know what the dual clutch is like. But if you want that extra performance, go with the 2.5. If you want the fuel economy, you want it to feel a little sporty, but you're not looking to race Mustangs and Corvettes and Camaros, get this car. It is an all-around great car, great value. I would recommend to get an EX or a very loaded GT line. In my opinion, the LXs and the LXS is just too plain. You get the 16-inch wheels. These 18-inch wheels are just so much better, and they make the car look great. I think Kia made a tragic mistake putting those 16 inches on these cars. They just look dated and they don't look good. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I'm sticking to it. Also, don't cheap out on options. Get the options you want. I do have some regrets that I didn't get the 10-inch Bose system, just because of some of the navigation. The adaptive cruise control would have been nice, but at the end of the day, this car does everything I need it to do, and it does it quite well. And the speakers are not great, but they're not bad. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. This is my 1 year of ownership in the 21 Kia K5. Oh, and the AC works great, and those ventilated seats are amazing. Yeah, that's about all I can think to say. I might have talked a little bit longer than I should have on this video. I probably said a bunch of ums that I shouldn't have, but I just wanted to get out there and tell you my opinion on the car after owning it for a year. What I've found with the car as far as flaws, advantages, and overall just my opinion. And I hope somebody watches this video and takes my opinion and uses it to either not buy one or buy one. Don't expect good customer service though, I'll tell you that, especially in dealerships. But I want to thank you for watching. We're probably going to have another video here before the end of the year, before the winter hits, on maybe this car and the Oldsmobile. I wanted to make a video between the two of them, comparing them. I haven't got around to it between work. I've been doing some stuff on the side mixed with, it's just been too darn hot. So I gotta finish the outro to this video. Like I said, it's just been too darn hot to get any video content done, mixed with a lot of work. And it was so hot that the camera shut off. So there's probably gonna be a break in the end of this video here. But I wanna thank you. Please subscribe if you wanna see more. Press the like button, comment down below. Let me hear your opinions. And I'll see you next time. All right, bye.